Hello, it's 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to take my mini truck out on an overnight camping trip, come across a really cool old abandoned campground by a river, cook up some really good food, do a little bit of fishing, and exploring a whole bunch of stuff on a bunch of back roads. So if that sounds like a good video, something you're interested in, stick around and enjoy it. All right, got everything packed up that I think I need. A little mini fridge, groceries, some rubber boots, rain jacket in case it rains again, but I think the weather's going to be better. Fishing pole, let's head out. All right, just pulled up out here to do a little bit of fishing and met this fella, Austin. Hello. He's a subscriber of mine, and yeah, nice to always meet good people out here. He does the Gambler often, and actually kind of making me interested in trying out the Gambler.
Oh, you should, for absolutely sure.
Definitely nice. Thought about bringing my smelt net, did not. A retired lady was out here with a smelt net, and she said, "You want a bag?" So this is all I think I could eat for the night. So that was rad. That was like one dip. It's probably 15 fish, 10 fish in there. So now I'm gonna try for some surf perch here. What a beautiful day. Put these guys down here in the water, keep them cool. Well, I go see if I can get some surf perch here. Go, should stay for a little bit. Definitely should have brought my hip waders. Definitely getting over the boots on occasion here. Only got one bite, but got plenty of fish here, so I'm gonna clean these and push on up to the hills. Don't know if the camera will pick up that iridescence, but wow, look at that. It's crazy when they're down in the water, you almost can't see them. They blend right in with the gravel. Going in the cooler. Got about 15 miles of gravel road. We'll be going up over a small mountain pass and heading out to another highway. I sure hope this road goes through because it's getting skinnier and skinnier. When you see roads like this get brushed in a little bit, usually it's an indication that there's a tree down or a washout, but let's hope for the best because I'm already about a half an hour into this road and it would sure suck to just have to turn around and backtrack out of here. Definitely a good sign someone's been up here cutting out the wood, but definitely soft sections of the corners here. Look at that. Like there are going to be some road repairs here. The sinkhole starting. Definitely wouldn't be good to take a wheel on one of those things. That's a deep one. Well, road's back onto blacktop. Well, at least that's supposed to be blacktop down here. So I think I made it through. Got over the little pass and saw quite a few trees cut out, but I did not have to cut one out, so that's great. All right, on to this little lake. We'll see if we get a trout out of it. Looks like rain up there. We'll see. Well, I'll tell you right up front here, got completely skunked in this lake. The fish were just about as unfriendly as this big kid on the dock across from me. I waved at that kid and said hello twice to him. He just glared at me. So a little disappointed fishing this lake, but time to pack up and move on, get some gas, and then head to the hills to go camp. Couldn't really afford to drive anything else than a mini truck on these little trips. Look at this gas prices. This is mid-May 2025 in rural Washington. Let me know in the comment section what gas is going in your region for per gallon. Usually I just find spots random off the beaten path a little bit, but this looks like it was an old broken down campground at one time. Let's see what we got up here. Wow. This might be the spot. Picnic table's a little beat up, but you know, that's fine. There's another one over there if I need it. I mean, if it's an old camp spot, there's probably other picnic table spots like this, but beautiful river section. It's like a piece of an old fire pit. Let's see what camp spot. Oh, this is camp spot number 2. Another old picnic table. God, what a cool old spot. Definitely think it's time to cook some dinner here. Get out some of my snacking supplies on the stove. Picked up some ciders when I was grocery shopping and really looking forward to getting into one. Peach lemonade. I don't know, probably not the first choice, but there was only 3 choices, so I got this. And I think for a little appetizer, gonna cook up some of these smelt here before we get onto the entree. Keep some kindling scraps down here. They also work as a good burnable cutting board. Throw a little bacon in here to kind of lubricate the pan. Garlic and some olive oil. The beauty of these smelt is that you can just cook them whole. And I wouldn't mind breading them as well if I had some breading mix. Sprinkle a little salt and pepper mix I got here. And a little garlic and onion powder. Now that's just about as fresh as you can get it. They were swimming in the ocean a few hours ago. I think they're about ready to enjoy. Have to remember next time to bring some stuff to bread them. Man, the only problem with this camp spot is there's like 30 flies right here right now. Oh.
Here we go.
I think you got the thing that will set this in motion here. Got a little pickled spicy kimchi. Yeah, I know. I've already heard us people out in Washington or the West Coast eat some weird stuff. I've heard that in previous videos where I'm cooking food and making something different. Oh man, that goes good. Spicy pickled kimchi. Pretty amazing spot right here. Look at this. Flies.
Get out of here, you fucking flies.
Have you ever seen The Angriest Man in the World, Winnebago Man?
Get out of here, you jack.
He's got some issues on that photo shoot with trying to shoot those Winnebago commercials with the damn flies. I think I'm gonna get a little fire going here to drive off some of those flies maybe. Show you a little storage spot I have on my camper when we designed these things. We took this in consideration. Got some kindling. Here's where my diesel heater comes out. Got some tools over there. So the diesel tank, firewood, extra flashlight. I got a jumper box down here, pump, a bag, a shovel, some other stuff. Now that we got a fire going, I think it's time to jump onto dinner here. I think what we're gonna be making is some nachos, mainly because we had street tacos last night and chicken was really good and there was some leftovers. I actually remembered, I think I did. Oh yeah, got the onion this time. Last time the onion went missing. I think I lost it at the store. I think after I bought it, it rolled somewhere and didn't get bagged or boxed up. So pan's a little hot, but this hot camp stove has hot and hotter for settings. No idle on it. Throw a little of that olive oil and garlic. Man, these have gotten expensive over the last year or two. Like I said, we had street tacos, so there's some leftover lime, bunch of diced up marinated chicken. Great deal to use up some leftovers. Brought some pinto beans along. What an awesome spot, huh? Fire crackling over there, cooking up some good food. Got a river right over here. And amazing, this spot is like pretty pristine. There's like not a bunch of garbage trash in it. If there was, I'd pick it up, which if I see any on the way out, I'll pick it up. Always like to leave a campsite cleaner than when I found it, but it is well kept down here for being an abandoned campground. Little salt and pepper blend. A little bit of smoked paprika and some pepper flakes to add a little spice. I got the burner off because the pan is super hot. Gonna throw some tortilla chips in here. Some of this cheese mixed in there. I even brought a little mini container of salsa I filled up before I left the house. One thing I forgot was some sour cream. It's a pretty good plate of nachos out in the woods here. Cast irons get kind of hot. That was really good. How simple is that? I have to thank my wife for the suggestion. With having the street tacos yesterday, it was easy to repurpose this, but she's like, why don't you make some nachos in your cast iron? How simple is that? That is good. So I got to give a real quick shout out to a little fella. I was talking to one of my friend's grandsons the other day. He's 3. He was telling me the other day that he likes watching my camping videos. Hey, Caden, hope you enjoyed the video. Gotta love cast iron. So simple. If you don't cook with cast iron, consider getting one. They're cheap and you probably will pass them down to someone else in your family because they'll probably outlast you. You know, the funny thing is, last time I was out camping, it was pouring down rain and an awning would have been awesome. After that trip, I picked this one up for under 200 bucks. It's pretty awesome. It bolted on like 10 minutes after taking measurements. Sets up pretty well, but I was actually kind of looking forward to setting the thing up. But this trip, it's actually pretty dry out. It's 7 p.m. and I am tired, man. I think I'm gonna probably start settling in for the night. It's crazy to be tired at this point, but it's my first day off, and for my job I wake up at 3:50 in the morning, and I'm super glad to be done with my work week. It's nice to get out camping, but I think I'm gonna chill out in the camper this evening. I have a video I need to edit. I'm gonna wrap that up and chill out and enjoy some peace and quiet. All right, good night. Well, just fired up the diesel heater down there. It stayed pretty comfortable in here all last night. Had the roof vent open a little bit, but still got some humidity on the windows here. So open up the side port, got some coffee started here. A little simple pour over setup, about the simplest I think you can do in a camper like this. Looks like it's gonna be another pretty decent day out there. Cup of coffee. So I've been skipping breakfast lately, just been doing lunch and dinners, and I've been pretty content with that. It seems like it's easier on my stomach, and I don't know, it's fine. I'm getting middle age, I don't need to get a belly. So it's been working good for me. So I think I'm gonna skip out here pretty soon, pack up everything and head out. The road's washed out, about 5 more miles up the way. We'll see if it truly is, or if there's a way to get around the washout. So I'm not going to just turn around and backtrack out of here unless I have to. So I'm going to head up here and see if that road is truly washed out, and maybe we can get the truck around. So last video I did when I went out camping, it was a rainstorm. I had to cut some trees out. Got some super nice comments, got some new viewers. That was awesome. I did get a funny comment. I get this on occasion because I got a tiny camper, minimal. You know, I'm used to going backpacking mostly, so just take backpacking kind of stuff. I did go deluxe and bring a big camp chair, which I never used yesterday, but hey, somebody asked, how do I go to the bathroom when I'm out in the woods camping? Because there's no toilet, as you know, in my camper. And I just didn't respond back. It's like, have we really lost that much touch that we don't know if we don't have a man-made throne how we use the restroom? Go out in the woods and dig a hole. Dig it deep. Use code number 2. Cover it up. I mean, we're like animals, basically, still. But we've lost all connection to just doing things simply. So I got this a while back, and it's kind of a neat little design. All it is a bag, rubberized bag, made like out of dry bag material. But it's a pretty good sized bucket in case you gotta store water, haul water, move stuff around, and it collapses down. Actually gonna run down the creek real quick, grab some water, pour it over the fire, make sure it's dead out. Found a little garbage to chuck out. I really think the Forest Service should reintroduce the Smokey the Bear thing again, especially on kids' cartoon shows and things like that. Run an ad campaign. I mean, they could easily do that ad campaign on YouTube and other sources where kids watch shows, because growing up in the 80s, Smokey the Bear was all over the place. You go to fairs, they give you buttons, they give you education on it. And there's some really stupid people in the woods these days doing dumb things with fire. So it's simply, you don't build a fire if it's middle of summer, it's dry as hell out, especially if there's a burn ban. Before you leave, you make sure it's completely saturated. Scrape around, make sure it's completely dead out. Simple as that. And I think if there's been a big gap in education from when I was a kid till now, being smart about fires in the woods. You look at the news, there's just so many dumb choices people have made. It's simple. If you're gonna make a fire, make sure it's responsible. Make sure it's out before you leave. That simple. You know, it's really not that hard to keep the bag in your vehicle to pick up garbage like this and not to let this get on the ground in the first place. But we got lazy people out here that ruin it for everybody. Some nasty Gatorade bottles, some cheap snacks. So it's not that hard. I've heard people, well, people don't do that. That's animals getting in their garbage. Well, if you're leaving your garbage out where animals can get in, that's your fault again. So, all right, left that spot a little cleaner than when I found it. Time to get on and check out this washout. Thank you for the dude that cut all that mess out of the road. That looks like a tedious bit of work right there. Glad that was all cut out. Well, this is a really good sign. I think that must have been the gate barrier for the washout. Right up here is where the washout was. It's all been repaired. That is an enormous culvert. Dang. That is ridiculous. So just want to put this culvert in perspective. This is the creek that's flowing through it. Must flow a lot in the winter. There's the culvert. There's the mini truck. You could probably fit 5 mini trucks in the opening of that thing and still have space.
Turn back before it's too late. It's further than you think.
Well, looks like a bad sign up here. Looks to me like there's a giant amount of trees. Well, wait a minute. Maybe they've been cut out. Yeah, it looked bad from back there, like there's just a giant cluster of trees. So this is great. Someone cut all this out. Awesome. Maybe the road will go all the way through. Oh, nice. The next one's been cut out. Yeah, there's a lot of windfall up here, but luckily everything's been cut out so far. So I stopped by the gas station before I came up to the hills yesterday, just to make sure I had a full tank in case this route went through. But still got a full tank. I'm about an hour out from the gas station, nearest gas station. If I backtracked, I probably have about an hour and a half if these roads go through, traveling on these still, doing about 20 miles an hour. Definitely looking good so far. I think it's gonna make it go through, but it's an old truck, man. You always think about the little things, the what ifs, like mechanical failure of some sort. It's a 1990 little Japanese import truck, and it's been really reliable, but things happen. I got some basic tools along the way. Also got stuff for doing basic flat repairs, like a plug kit and air compressor. But it's always a little bit better when you're getting way out here, you know, way out of cell phone range, and having another friend with you in a different vehicle in case something happened. You can get towed out or pack up your stuff and come back later and get the vehicle. But, you know, let's hope for the best. Hopefully there's no mechanical issues, and we'll make it through. There's another one of those sinkholes along the way. Man, that would destroy the front end on my truck. I might put another stick or something in there. I saw there was a stick sticking up out of the road, and I thought, huh, that's interesting. Put this in there for the next person coming by. Well, the road just keeps climbing up and up. I got another 8 miles or so of this before I hit the pass, the summit on this road. So far, so good. Driving up here, I started seeing what could have been a bad scene here. I saw this kind of undercover for an engine bay. I thought, huh, somebody ripped that off up here. Up by the truck, there's even more carnage. You can tell a vehicle got stuck in the ditch. Probably was snow up here and they got slid into it. More plastic. Some reason a pair of pants over here, some trash, another chunk like an inner fender well cover, and some shoes you probably shouldn't be wearing up here. That kind of stuff. Looked like they came around the corner, slid into this, and had a hell of a time getting their car out of the ditch. That's probably why you want to come out here with the 4x4. What do we got over here? Looks like a kite box. I don't really think that's going to help you much, kite, when you get stuck, but we're gonna pack this out at least. Well, this is a bad sign. This is like probably over an hour and a half of backtracking just to get to the next road that goes through. Bummer. We're making such good progress. We're probably about 3-4 miles from the pass. We could have got the truck over this. Looks like someone camped out there, had the same situation, but there is an enormous rock slide that we are not, oh man, not any way of getting the mini truck across this. What a bummer. Slid off there, but the weird thing is there's so much debris pushed up here. It's almost like they closed the road here by pushing. I'm sure the rock fell here, but they did some machinery work here. But damn, there's no way to get the truck across that. So, oh, probably an hour and a half of backtracking. We were so close to the summit too. Just probably another 3 miles that way. Damn it. These trucks sure don't ride the best down this stuff. I do have my tires pumped up to 50 psi for highway speeds. These trucks, you need every little bit of power you can get, so keeping the tires aired up is good. But just realized that with that rock slide back there, I gotta go. I came up from the last turn where it might get me over a different mountain pass. I came up here 20 miles past that road, so 40 miles round trip to go check out the next region. Probably 60 miles round trip on these roads just to get out to the highway again if I want to go back the way I came in. So a bit of driving. And 10, 15 years ago, I used to cruise around, explore a lot of these roads on dual sports, small dual sports with my friends. And even something like that rock slide, you know, you spend a little bit of time maneuvering some of the smaller rocks, stack them into some bigger holes, you can get the dual sports over them. They're only like 200s and 250s. They're pretty light bikes. Bring out your camping gear, and even a slide like that, which would stop a truck like this, you can get the bikes over in a half an hour with some friends working, even if you have to lift the bikes up and over something. But, you know, that was the beauty of the simple two-wheeled machines, is you could get through stuff and under logs and big trees that most people couldn't get through, and you could just keep pushing on with the trip. But cruising in trucks like this is a different situation. Some of those rocks were probably heavier than this truck. This truck's only 1,800 pounds. And yeah, if there was a will, there would be a way. Like, I would try to stack some stuff up if it was somewhat doable, but no, those rocks were like 5 feet tall, some of them, so definitely not getting this thing through. So this is the other road. This is the one I probably should have taken. That one's supposed to go through until you encounter a rock slide going that way. Kind of contemplating being early in the season and the fact that they just plow rocks over roads to close them off. Don't know if I want to go up here and backtrack again for another, you know, hour after getting up there. I may just head back out to the road and just push on through. I kind of got to get home and get some stuff done around the place. So yeah, maybe next time we'll come out and explore that. All right, heading out. Definitely don't want to get turned around again way up in the mountains. So heading out to the highway. Gonna head back and check out a small lake that I've had some success getting some trout out of last time. So let's see what we get. Man, some carnage on the road. I mean, that's must be an elk carcass here. Kick that off so no one pops their tire. Damn. A little bit of a mess in here going over all those dirt roads. Do some fishing. Switch flies to a brown fly and landed something. Only thing that's weird with these 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is landing the fish. Oops, don't get wrapped around there. Oh yeah, that's a nice looking little trout. Now that is a beautiful fish. I'm gonna let you go today, buddy. You're a keeper completely, but look at that beauty. It's your lucky day, buddy. What a beautiful fish. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you want. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Put a playlist below with a bunch of different camping videos like this in the description. You might like checking those out as well. And one last note to leave with you is, like, if you're out camping, be respectful for nature, be respectful for others around. Pick up after yourself. Leave a camp cleaner than you found it. Till next time, take care. You know, we could choose to walk by this stuff and act like we didn't see it, but it really doesn't take that much to take really gross alcohol cans like this and throw them in the garbage. Bought that glove too. I don't think anyone's gonna need that. It's funny because these Kei trucks being lifted, mud terrain tires, and a camper on the back. You don't have to really go over the speed limit to feel like you're in a road rally, especially on these bumpy, curvy roads here. It really makes you feel like you're going fast when you're doing 35. Wow, I think we're actually catching up to a log truck. Amazing.